How's it going, guys? It's the final render here, and welcome to a very special episode of Fallout 4 Building with Mods. But final render, you handsome stallion! Why is this one so special? I hear you shout across the room. Well, my friends, this is a very special episode because it is a collaboration video with the YouTuber CordlessVII, who also creates Fallout 4 videos. We have decided to get together and build one player home which you guys can download. How it worked was that he went and built a location in TENPINES BLUFF, and then I decorated inside the home. So, I hope you get ready to enjoy two fantastic Fallout 4 videos. One of him building the location, which you should definitely go and watch, and then come back and enjoy my decoration video.
Hello everyone, CordlessVII here, or CordlessVII, whichever, I'm not picky. I just wanted to introduce myself. Over on my channel, I do primarily settlement builds in Fallout 4, ranging from smaller house builds all the way to a completely rebuilt Sanctuary Hills settlement, which I just finished up, by the way. So Final Render and I teamed up to bring you this pretty badass player home in TENPINES BLUFF, which you'll soon be able to download into your game. Now, I built this house with my bare hands, well, and a controller, I guess. And in this video, Final Render here is going to decorate it and really bring it to life. He does an amazing job. So after you watch him work his magic, I hope you guys come over and check out my video where I show you how I built everything. I would love to hear what you guys think. This was a lot of fun, and I hope we do more collaborations in the future. But thanks for watching. Final Render, back to you.
So I hope you're excited as I am to get this video going. Welcome to another episode of Fallout 4 Building with Mods, a special collaboration video with CordlessVII. For this video, we have come to TENPINES BLUFF. TENPINES BLUFF is probably one of the first places you'll actually discover when you first start playing Fallout 4. It's only inhabited by two little settlers, and they've got a little farm going here, enough to kind of sustain themselves, but they're very far away from everywhere, kind of off the grid, and hopefully they can keep themselves safe. There is a little building here, which does have some rad roaches in it, but of course, we can go ahead and take care of those guys, no problem at all with Kellogg's pistol. And then once that is done, of course, and all the rad roaches have been evicted, we need to go ahead and get the building, which CordlessVII has been working on. So let's use the settlement transfer mod. Well, that's an entrance if I've ever seen one. So this is the house that CordlessVII built. He has used numerous mods to make this place. He's given me a list such as Snappy House Kit and also the USO base game component. I'll be flashing up all of the mods that he used in order to build this house. And if you actually want to see the actual construction of this house, you of course have got to go and check out his video, because my video is only going to be about decorating this house that he has built. And he's given us an awful lot of space with this house. He's given us multiple rooms. In fact, he has given us 5 rooms on the bottom floor, and he has given us 4 rooms on the top floor if you include the hallway. So we have got an awful lot of space to go ahead and make this a fantastic family home. And the thing is that with this amount of space, it means that we can actually put an awful lot of emphasis on making rooms for individuals rather than just making rooms for everyone to share. Because often the builds are kind of communal. It's in the sense that everyone shares a sleeping area. But since there are so many rooms, everyone can have a room. Or at least multiple people. So, let's go. Of course, this is the final render video, so we need to go ahead and make this place as fruity as possible. NorthlandDiggers is what we are going to use to go ahead and add an awful lot of grass to this place. Something which I really like about TENPINES BLUFF is that it is actually a very nice and flat place. So it does mean you could put an awful lot of your own giant trees using the NorthlandDiggers mod, and also of course all of the grass I want in order to go ahead and make this place look nice. But since you need to add all of it, it also means I've also got to add things like flowers and mushrooms and stuff in order to make it look convincing. I've also gone ahead and added some other stuff for the garden. The NorthlandDiggers mod actually adds loads of stuff, not just grass and trees, it adds lots of garden accessories as well. And now we've got a really nice fence here. These fences are the ones that you normally see on the beach. And they've got a really nice look to them. They've got a kind of weathered look. And I don't know why, but it actually suits the environment in a way. We've also got Settlement Objects Expansion Pack to go ahead and add these light bulbs. And these are very nice little lights which you can put up here, kind of little fairy chain lights in a way. Not the Christmas ones, we're going to be using those later. And using Creative Clutter, we've got a really nice hanging flower basket. And Creative Clutter is going to be used an awful lot in this video. I'll tell you that right now. Creative Clutter is a fantastic mod that adds loads of stuff. And here we go with the first little look at the outside area. The grass is being laid, we've put some magpies up on the little fence area, and everything is starting to look very nice and shiny and pretty. It looks very different to the rest of the Commonwealth, as you can tell, but I really like it. It's like a nice little bit of paradise. And one of the coolest things about this is that, of course, if you don't like this, of course, and you want to download it, you can just delete all the grass if you want to, and it still looks nice even without it, so that's entirely your choice. But I did have to go to a lot of effort to put the grass down and all the flowers to make it look natural, so hopefully you decide to keep it. And now, I needed to power this settlement, and I wanted to go ahead and use solar panels. So at first I tried the mod solar panels, but they're a bit too small and not to my liking. One thing I did want to do though, was use power conduits rather than cables to power up these giant solar panels from the DDP AIO Standalone. And the great thing about this is that these are animated solar panels that give you an awful lot of power as well. They look gorgeous. I absolutely love these. Of course, DD Productions does not make mods anymore. He went into fully fledged game development, so that's very cool. But this all-in-one mod has everything that he made Fallout 4, including this amazing water well. I haven't used this water well, maybe over a year ago was the last time I used this. In fact, I used this mod, I think, in the third episode of Fallout 4 Bit of a Mods for the very first time. So that's exciting to finally see this thing come back. It just fits the aesthetic perfectly and gives you lots of water. And now moving on to the inside of the building, I've decided to go ahead and completely deck the hallways with lots of decorations, including lots of stuff from OCDecorator. Probably my favourite mod of all time, just goes ahead and adds lots of static items for you to place around in your environments. And now, I'm going to make a small, little, almost study area. This is going to be a little place where you can sit down and read in peace. And using Workshop Decorations Pack, we get some fantastic bookcases which we will use in this place. And the idea here is to kind of make a very small, kind of very relaxed area where you can just kind of chill. You know, there's going to be no TVs or anything like that. It's just going to be books and maybe some magazines and some comfy chairs so you can relax after a very hard day of work without paying too much attention to what's going on. And the place actually does look very good. Cordless actually did go ahead and build a really cool little cupboard area just in the back, which I was able to go ahead and kind of convert into a storeroom. And I really liked that idea. I wish I'd thought of something like that in some of my other settlement builds of my own. Just the idea of having a tiny little cupboard area, as you can see here, to go ahead and put lots of decorations. It kind of makes the place feel very believable, and it's a very nice touch to this very little room. And I really like the room itself as well. It's got a very nice feng shui about it, so to speak. And now, there is another room that is very similar, directly opposite it. And this is going to be the exact polar opposite of the study. This is going to be where we can watch some TV, maybe listen to some music, and play some holotape games. This is a really nice area because it's kind of got the same feel as the other one, except it's got a little bit more to do based around electronics, which obviously make noise, and you don't really want to necessarily have them both in the same room together, but having them separately means that you can have a nice environment to where you can go ahead and play games, or you can have a nice environment to where you can study. We have got some really nice decorations in here as well, such as some cool figurines and stuff to put on the shelves, and that awesome Fat Man launcher, which actually has wine bottles in it. I love that decoration. I think it looks absolutely fantastic, and it's a nice room. So now moving on, of course, into the kitchen area. We've got quite a lot of space here, a lot more space in this room than we do with the other ones. And the cool thing about this kitchen is that I really wanted to have it together. There is another room directly opposite this which has a lot of space, which I could have turned into a dining room. But I decided to combine them into the same room to have a kitchen and dining room combo. Because I think if you do that, it's a lot more family friendly, so to speak. You can actually kind of get people together around the kitchen, help cook the food, and as soon as the food is ready, you can just take it straight over to a dining room. Everyone can see each other, everyone can talk. If some people are sitting down getting ready to eat, they can still talk to some people who are getting ready to finish the food, and everything just actually has a very nice family environment to it. And of course, we got lots of mods and stuff as well to add lots of cool stuff. It's a really nice kitchen actually. As I said, since it's quite small, it means we've had to cram everything together with things such as Dino's decorations in order to go ahead and put as much items and clutter into one environment as possible to make it look like a busy environment. And I actually feel, I don't know about you, but I feel more cozy in a small environment. You know, when you have a small environment with everything crammed together, it feels really nice. Not only that, but we got some really nice decorations with some nice plates and lots of cool little candles as well made out of the fusion cores. Looks awesome. And now, I wasn't too sure what to do with this room, but I decided in the end to make a little bar area. Do-it-yourself clutter for shelves actually gives us some really nice kind of wine racks and bottle racks. And the reason I put this bar here is because I kind of imagined kind of like a B&B, a bed and breakfast, you know, where you can go ahead and hire a room for the night, and sometimes they have little bars in them. You know, the idea is that someone's just bought a really big house, put a little bar in there for the guests, so people can go ahead and have some fun if they're staying the night. Obviously, the idea is that this bar wouldn't necessarily be open every day. You wouldn't necessarily expect customers to turn up every day. But the kind of idea is that it's here so that if you do let a room out to someone, you've got a nice place to kind of invite people in. Maybe get to know them, maybe do some trading. Because obviously in Fallout 4 there's no internet, there's no telephones or anything. So the only information you're going to find is through word of mouth. So therefore having a nice place to chill and talk about the news and rumours is a cool idea. And now, moving upstairs, it is time to go ahead and add a shower and bath area. So this little room, which I think was definitely planned to be a bathroom area, judging by the floor tiles, is actually a really nice little tiny space to go ahead and condense everything. Using the looks mirror, we're able to go ahead and add a mirror that you can use to change your appearance in-game, so there's some functionality here as well. And we were able to go ahead and stack the shelves using the do-it-yourself mod from earlier. And the cool thing about making this little bathroom area is that since it's so small, it actually feels very private in a way, as I think a bathroom should be. And something which a lot of people don't have in the Fallout 4 universe is privacy, because people often have to band together in order to just survive. So therefore, if you can go ahead and make a very private area, it feels like a really nice place to be. People will be very jealous of this place. And of course, the place is very nice and clean as well. We got lots of clean variants of things, not just dirty things. And we got everything we need in order for it to actually function as a bathroom, of course. We've got a shower. I was tempted to go ahead and put a bath in there as well, but since, you know, water is an issue in the world of Fallout, I thought a shower would make much more sense, much more economical, if that makes sense. And now, of course, it is time to go ahead and make some bedrooms. And we have got 3 bedrooms to decorate, and there is an awful lot to do in each of them. And to start off with, I decided to go with kind of a cool, trendy one to start off with. I want to have kind of a different theme in every single one. So this is one that might be kind of owned by a teenager, maybe. So it's, you know, it's kind of got a lot of space. It feels kind of trendy. There's lots of cool decorations and models and figurines and stuff like that. And it's a nice little private space where people can go ahead and relax at the end of a very hard day farming in TENPINES BLUFF. And this would probably be the guest room if it was going to go with a kind of guest house motif, because it's got lots of locked storage and things like that. And now, I wanted to go ahead and make a kids room. I don't think I've actually ever made a child's room before. Using law-friendly posters, we were able to go ahead and make something that looks very kid-friendly. And of course, we were also able to add lots of toys and stuff like that as well. And as I said, I don't think I've ever made a child's room before. I've made schools and stuff like that, but I don't think I've ever just said, this is going to be a room for a child. And it was actually quite fun because there are a lot of items which you can just shrink down and turn them into toys almost, along with a lot of stuff that look like toys just sometimes naturally, such as cars. And we do have some things that are already shrunk down, of course, using these fantastic little figurines that we have got here. So, you know, kind of probably a boys' room, this one, but I really like it. It's got a really nice aesthetic in here as well. I've deliberately put posters up really short, almost as if the child has put the posters up. We've got a bunk bed, of course, so that you can have multiple children living in here at one time. And we've got all the toys and fun you could possibly need. We've got like some scare electrics, and I love this little chessboard that you can find. It's got one side versus Vault Boys, and the other side versus robots. I think that's a really cool idea. I think it's very charming and very cute, and I think it's great. And when you actually scale down these models, the cars and stuff, you can just see just how good these models are when you shrink them down, because the textures almost look better when you shrink them down in a way. It's very cool, and I think this would be a kid's room that every kid in the Commonwealth would be jealous of. And now for the final room, we have got a grown-ups room here. It's going to be a bit more modest, it's going to be a bit more practical with some storage, but it's also still going to have some decorations and stuff like that. But it's going to be more grown-up decorations, such as some guns and stuff like that, you know. I went ahead and got these kind of rounded corner tables and stacked them on top of each other to kind of make like a little display for the weapons, which I think looks really, really nice. They're obviously not meant to do that, they're meant to be just regular tables, but I think it's a really cool idea to stack them on top of each other. I was able to shrink down a cabinet to go ahead and add lots of storage space. And here we go with the kind of more trendy grown-ups room done. It's got some decorations and stuff, but as you can see, it's much tidier, it's much neater, and it's got a very nice kind of wood aesthetic. It feels like a really nice kind of warm environment, as opposed to the kids' room, which feels fun, or the kind of teenagers' room, which feels very exciting with lots of media and toys and figurines and stuff, whereas this one feels very grown up. And I really like the kind of difference in aesthetic that we have got right here. And of course, we have also got plenty of space for people to actually sleep in here, as well as live happily. And now, I got to admit, I was starting to run out of ideas because Cordless had built so many rooms, so I decided to build another sitting area. This one is a bit more communal though, you know, there's more chairs, people are facing each other, so you can actually kind of have a conversation as opposed to the one downstairs, which is mostly just for watching TV kind of individually. And we're also able to go ahead and decorate all the hallways as well, so the upstairs looks really nice as well. It doesn't quite look the same as downstairs, it feels a bit more warm downstairs, a bit more darker red tones, but I really like the look of the upstairs one. And now, it is time to go ahead and build in the garage area. This is the last room we are going to be building in. Now, I know that Cordless actually did put up some more metal panels in here, but unfortunately they just didn't port over using the settlement transfer mod, and I couldn't actually get it to work. Maybe if you download this, they'll appear for you, but for me they did not, unfortunately. Now, we're actually able to go ahead and add all the appliances we need, such as all of the clothing and washing areas, little laundry section here. I was going to put this in the room where the bar originally went, but that wasn't actually enough stuff to fill that room, so I put it into the garage. And using compact crafting, we were able to add a cool power armor stand and a weapon stand right next to each other and actually maximize space, as well as some of the stuff from NorthlandDiggers to go ahead and add some more stuff to kind of give you something to do. And of course, using the law-friendly posters, we were able to add a couple more safety signs to kind of give this place a bit of a more convincing look. And the garage area is now done. Anyone who has watched my content before knows I love building workshop areas. I don't know why. Maybe it's because there's just so much kind of workshop clutter inside the Fallout 4 game. You know, there's like chemicals and there's screws and there's metal chunks and everything you need to go ahead and make a place look really busy. And also, I feel as if making something that looks messy is much more fun than making something that looks neat and tidy, because you can just kind of throw stuff everywhere and it still looks like it makes sense, if that actually makes sense. But I don't know, it's up to you guys. So here we go with the build fully done. CordlessVII built a house and now it's got decorations in it. Hopefully, it is now a home. This is an absolutely beautiful player settlement that you can go ahead and download if you're on PC with the Settlement Transfer Blueprint mod. And it's just got so many cool ideas in this place. The rooms are really well organized together with a really nice kind of aesthetic around on the outside of the building and all the wallpaper which he put down manually. And hopefully the decorations and the furniture work really, really well also. We have definitely got a lot of stuff in here which would be very hard to get in the Fallout 4 universe, granted, but there's nothing here which couldn't be done in the Fallout 4 universe. It would just be very difficult to necessarily get all of the stuff together. And something which I really like about this is that a lot of the mods really work well together, such as Creative Clutter and Dino's decorations, as well as the WDP mod, to go ahead and make a really cool player settlement home, which really looks like it has been built by kind of one family, one kind of idea in mind, which is ironic because me and CordlessVII have never even spoke outside of Twitter, so it's interesting to see how we've both come up with a very similar kind of aesthetic, and I really like it, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. So everyone, thank you very much for watching this episode of Fallout 4 Building with Mods, which has been a very special collaboration video with CordlessVII. If you're obviously one of my subscribers, thanks very much for watching. And if you are from CordlessVII, welcome. Thank you very much for checking out this video. I hope you've enjoyed it enough to actually subscribe to this channel. And I hope that you can actually stay and watch some of the other videos which I have uploaded. If you're one of my fans, make sure you go ahead and check out CordlessVII's build video of how he actually built this house. I'm personally looking forward to seeing it because as of the time of recording, I have no idea how he built this house. So it'll be very interesting to go ahead and see what it looks like. Remember to go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Remember to check out all the cool Patreon people in the description below who help support the channel with their financial donations. You yourself, of course, can also do the same. Remember to go ahead and follow me on Discord. We've got lots of cool people in there, lots of Fallout fans with some great ideas, and we're all very friendly. So, I've been the final render, and you've been the audience. Remember to check out CordlessVII, and I'll see you around. The YouTube Gaming Video Guide is available now. Use this fantastic learning resource to learn everything you need to know about making high quality YouTube gaming videos. This online video course on Udemy currently has over 6.5 hours worth of video content to teach you everything you need to know about how to make fantastic YouTube gaming videos, including how to capture your content, how to edit your content, how to record your audio and commentary tracks, how to create fantastic thumbnails and animations used in visual effects composition and 3D modeling, as well as some film theory and film history. You will also learn how to use some of the best equipment on the market and some of the best editing software on the market, so you can always be up to date with the latest trends and technologies. There is a fantastic discount coupon available to you. Use the coupon code GOOGLE to get a huge discount when you go to buy the course. So what are you waiting for? Learn how to make the best YouTube gaming videos right now. Here we go with this secret room fully done. The lighting in here is gorgeous, people. I love the lighting in here, and everything has a purpose. We've got lots of decorations to kind of build the world. We've got the weapons workbench along with the weapons tool rack behind it, and I've tried to put a bit more effort into just placing lots of items.